I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles and the bishops at Great Millstone, who labor night and day, who I learn from. Peace and salutations to all the brothers out there in the highways and hedges, to all the Akim that's out there making videos, doing this working sincerely, so we can get this word out for the 144,000 hopeful elect. Peace and salutation to all the men that's in GMS, Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to all the Aqua that listen in silence. Peace and salutation to the 144,000 hopeful elect, the remnant of Israel. Peace and salutation to those that might look like these other nations, but they are in fact of the children of Israel. May this transit video lesson be edifying to the Akim. Shalom. Yeah, so headed home and stuff like that, and just wanted to touch on a few things as this stuff starts narrowing down. That every day we are being tested, and it can be kind of hard to have all these tests to constantly be upon you and be upon us, because to see how people are still putting hope into this system, knowing that this is a dying system that can't be saved. Now that America is merged with Israel, it's most definitely imminent of World War III. And to see how I seen a video when I get back to my stable place. I'm going to try my best to do a video. Hopefully the video is still saved, so I can show the video of how what one of these Eves said, and it did make sense. It did make sense, because seeing that a lot of people are going to be drafted for this war, and since they're going to be drafted to this war, that means since they're going to be drafted for the war, a lot of people are no longer going to be here in the United States. So just imagine if all the Israel troops are now here in America. And if they're here in America, it'll be more easy for them to implement martial law and to start taking over and doing things that they want to do. Because if any personnel from America is here in the Americas, a lot of people are going to revolt that's in the military, as they have already shown now. So they're not going to want to allow any troops to come into their homes. It's going to be hard for them to do something like that. And a lot of American troops are not going to want to do that. They're going to be like, why should we be going inside these American homes? These are American citizens. So it's more easier to have some troops that you do not like. Have some troops come in that they don't care about the United States citizens whatsoever. So when they come in, they have no problem. They have no ties to you. They already feel that you're less than, you're beneath them. So it'll be more easier for them to just come down your street, bang on your door, and try to get you out of your home or do whatever they feel like doing. And that's what's going to happen. And that's what most likely they're going to do. Because if you have people that's in the military, in the United States, they're just not going to want to do it. I mean, if they're clogging up the ships so that they can't function, that shows you in itself how they truly feel. They're not for this war. They don't approve of this war. So people have to really be paying attention to what's going on in the news. But most people are not going to pay attention because we could tell them until they're blue in the face. I mean, until we're blue in the face. And they're just not going to listen. And it's crazy to see how people out here really think that America is just going to bounce back somehow. I mean, from just driving through the streets and seeing how people are acting, people act like this stuff just going to keep going how it's going and going to keep being how it's going to be. I mean, I drove past the daggone gas station, stopped in, just to get me something to drink, and to see how, it was a guy out there. He was you could tell that he was homeless, whatever. So he opened the door for me. I didn't even say that I was going to get him anything, but I was, and I did. Got him a cold drink and got him a sandwich. But I waited a minute before I went into the store, and this other guy said, before I even reached to the guy, he was like, yeah, man, when I come out, I'm going to take care of you. So I went into the store, and I ended up coming out before the other guy. And the guy seen that I already gave him something to drink and something to eat. Now, you think that guy would have still been like, well, my word is my word. I'm still going to, give you something. So the guy, when the homeless guy, basically came to him, and he was like, hey, basically saying, hey, you said you're going to, hook me up, hold me down. So the guy pointed at me like, well, hey, this guy right here just gave you something. And which I did, but that doesn't mean that the other guy didn't, just because I gave him something, that didn't mean that he didn't have to give him something. And this guy had on a Lord be blessed shirt on. And I'm looking at this guy, and I really wanted to say something to him. But I said, nah, let me just leave it alone. Sometimes you can't say everything that you really want to say out here. Because, just over someone might have a shirt on with Lord, that doesn't mean they're going to be acting like they know the Lord. Best believe that. We have seen how that has played out. But this guy refused to give him anything. Just because I was the one willing to give him something. And he has on a Lord be blessed shirt. And I'm looking at this like, man, I can't believe something like that. You have a shirt on there saying something like that. And then, because someone else give him something, you feel like, well, I don't have to give him nothing now. Like, just to show you, how people really think out here. How people really feel. They don't care. But these are the same people who say they're all about the Lord and this and that, and hallowed be thy name, and the Lord loves you and all this stuff. And you see someone else do the work, so that makes you exempt from doing something. Man, that really told me, it really showed me how people really feel. They people are very, not saying that he's obligated to give the man something, but damn, if you're going to say out your own lips I mean, and you're a man. I mean, your word is supposed to mean something when you say you're going to do something. But that's why there's a lot of men out here, just because they got something between their legs doesn't make them a man. And it doesn't make them a chosen one. And that's the problem that's out here. That's why a lot of these 2/3 are just going to have to be put down. And you see a lot of all this stuff going on with this Nolan Wells stuff. And it's crazy to see how this stuff is all happening. You know, they're getting death threats. They're saying they found more evidence, and the thing is, it don't matter how much evidence you find. You can find a video evidence, and they already talking about some videos are out there, and they say that some videos are AI. So even if you do have a true evidence showing the crime being committed, they're just going to say it's AI. And that's another thing about this stuff with AI. They are going to pick and choose what they deem to be trustworthy and not trustworthy, depending on if they want it to work for them. And this is to show you that it truly doesn't matter. You know, it does not matter if you find evidence. It don't matter. This is why this system has to go. You're not. People are actually looking for justice in a system that you're not going to find justice. I mean, my last video was on, real reparations. People think just because you get some money, that's going to solve something, and it's not. It's just a temporary fix. I mean, you might need that temporary fix for right now, but long term, it's not going to do a damn thing, because these people do not care about you. It don't matter how much evidence that you have, and especially dealing with people that's in the courts, in the FBI. I mean, this is really showing you the power that they have in the United States, that they don't have to care about you. They don't have to care about you. And someone should have been telling this young kid, hey man, look, and now they got videos out there showing, Jake hanging out with supposedly Edomites, and because I don't know what their bloodline goes back to, and they are asking, are you okay? You okay? You all right? And one girl was like, oh, I just seen a video on that. And like that's going to do anything. If a person says that they're okay, and they say they're okay, all you're going to do is leave it alone. And that person can still go up missing. And people think just because, you have evidence means you're gonna be able to stop what's going on. You're not gonna be able to stop it. If these people want to do wrong, they're gonna do wrong. They have shown you that. And it's like people are looking for someone to say, hey, we found what they did. Let's turn it into the authority. It don't matter. They could do a year in jail, or a year in prison, or even 5 years, and they could just say that they died in prison, and then the next thing you know, they get to walk out through the back. And who's going to say something? You can have a group of black people that work at the jail or work at the prison, and they can tell them straight up, man, hey, listen, man, we letting these people go. You say something about it. Trust me. That's it for you. What do you think those brothers and sisters going to do? They're going to be quiet. And then when they're on their deathbed, about to die, that's when they'll tell the truth. Yeah, when they brought them in, they just let them out the back door. Well, how come you didn't say nothing? Because they threatened my life, and I knew I couldn't do anything about it. And that's just like how it's going to be. you're not going to be able to do anything about it. It don't matter about evidence at this time. If they had it their way, we would be back in chains, man. Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. We'll be back in chains. And there'll be nothing for us to do about it. Like, what are we going to be able to do about it? Nothing. Nothing we could do. So people acting like finding evidence about Nolan Wells is going to do something. And if the kid has evidence, he's saying if they don't say something, he's just going to spill it all out. Who cares? That's just some clickbait stuff. That's just letting people feel good. Oh, we about to hear something. And then even if they do find the evidence about it, it's still not going to bring the young man back. He's gone, man. You ain't going to see that man back until the kingdom come, man. He's gone. This is why you have to listen to the Israelites. And no one can sit up here and say that they don't hear the man of Great Millstone. As much as videos that goes out daily. You got some brothers putting out 2 to 3 videos a day. The minimum is to put about 3 out a week. But most brothers do more than that, depending on your schedule. Because not everybody's schedule is the same. Because we all being pushed like crazy because it's hard to pay bills out here. So, but for the most part, we're firmly always trying to get the word out. Always trying to get the word out. That's what we do. Get the word out. I mean, as much as IUIC is out there preaching the word incorrectly, they still, within that feed, they still had to see some of the GMS videos. They had to, because if I had to, they had to. So it's no way that they didn't. So it just shows that some people don't want to listen to the word. They know that word is there. But they're thinking, why should we listen to those Israelites? They out on the street screaming and yelling. Oh, they believe in this. I'm not messing with them. Oh, well, they're on a government watch list, so you better not be watching their videos. All this type of stuff, man, that people are doing and going for. And people are wondering why stuff ain't working out for them. Because you steady going out here thinking that you going to church is going to help you. And it's not going to help you whatsoever. That's why people, man, got to wake up, man, to the truth. Well, I ain't going to keep dragging this all out. And yeah, and about that MOTB, that's coming soon, man. I was showing my little kids last night about it. He ain't nothing but 8 years old, yo. And he can see it. And it put a little fear in his heart. Because you're seeing something that's going to happen, whether you like it or not. This stuff is going to take place. And people are hoping that this stuff is not going to take place. But it is. This stuff is going to happen, man. And when you talk about the subject, some people don't even want to talk about the subject because they know that it's real. They know that's going to happen. But a lot of our people, man, they're blinded. And they're going to stay blinded because they want to be blinded. They want to believe in the stuff that's not real. When this is how you could be saved, through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Believing in these false doctrines of Jesus, knowing that the name Jesus means earth pig, man. And people act like the English is the default language or something. And you try to tell them that, they don't want to listen. They're more concerned about money. They're more concerned about having fun. They're more concerned about now. But they'll talk about their 401ks and their IRAs, and then when it comes to that day, their body gonna be laying and stinking. All because they didn't want to pay attention to what the prophets were trying to tell them. Because GMS is the only camp that has the truth. The 100% truth. The more and more you listen to it, you dive into it, you can see it. But this is only meant for the hopeful elect. As these videos go on, we encourage one another. We encourage new people. And we even encourage those that have been in this truth for years. It makes you feel good when you see another brother make a video or do a lesson or even do a transit video, because the goal is to constantly get this word out so we can hear to it, so we can gravitate to it, because this is the only thing that's going to help us. This is the real bread that we must take that will sustain us. Because all these other breads got leaven in it, man. And that's why all these people are spoiled. And that's why these women out here are spoiled. These women out there say that they constantly want a man. I just seen a woman today. She out here walking. She got a daggone suitcase, and you know she got her clothes in it. And she just walking out there. And it's hot as I don't know what. And she looked like she got to be in her 50s, man. And she going through this shit. That's to show you that she's at her age and she still can't get it right. That's to show you how these women are. That's to show you how these Jake are, man. They don't care. You know, to see this stuff, man, it's like when you see this stuff every day, that's why it's good sometimes, man, to look at the news and to look at the stuff that's going out here in these cities to remind you what you have. It's a real blessing to have this truth from GMS. It's a real blessing to have it. Because when you think about the time when you did not have it, you be like, man, I was really going off. I really was just doing stupid stuff out here. And then a lot of these people think, oh man, we need to take, I seen a video, the guy was saying, we need to take back our city. We need to take back our city, man. We need to take back our block. That's what we need to do. And I'm thinking, you can go out there, take back your city, and even conquer all the Edomites. But you know what that problem is going to still be? You still going to have brothers trying to sleep with other brothers' wives. You still going to have brothers trying to steal from one another. You still going to have some sick, dirty brothers still trying to mess with someone's daughter that's way underage. You're still going to have shit like that. And the thing is, that's why you have to know Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. If you're not knowing the true father and the true son, how can you keep yourself in check? That what makes you say, hey, you know what? Hey, I seen this girl over there. Oh, no, man. That's mine right there. Oh. Okay. All right, respect. I didn't know. You know, that's good. Okay, all right. You're not going to have that unless you know Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You're just not going to have that. Because, see, brothers don't have that. These worldly brothers in the world don't have that mindset like that. Say, all right, I'm not going to do that. The whole time they're going to be thinking, oh, man, why you got to be with that dude? Why can't you just be with me? You already know that she got a man. Why can't you just leave her alone? Because people don't want to do that. And see, and what that happens, that causes problems. That causes strife between people. That can cause bad things to happen. And you telling someone, hey, don't mess with that girl right there. Why, man? Hey, that's my daughter, man. You can't be doing that. She's not even of the right age for you to even do anything. You see what I'm saying? Then you gotta deal with that. The only way that the children of Israel are going to able to be fixed is when they come through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. That's the only way that they're gonna be fixed. People think we're going to be fixed because we're going to start some revolution and all of a sudden we get along with one another. That's dead. That's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, man. And that's why we try to tell brothers out here on the street. The only way, if you ever want to see brothers truly get together and to get along peacefully with one another, is that you have to come under the branch of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. That's the only way. And all these women out here, people not understanding why all these women are just going off doing whatever they want. And as long as a woman knows that she has the option to go to another pole, she's gonna do it. And that's another problem. These women be like, all right, I ain't like how he treat me. I'm gonna go to another man. If you truly have a man that's like, nah, I can't mess with you. You're already with someone. You tied to someone. If you honestly have that happen, it will stop a lot of nonsense from happening. But this is why this stuff has to take place. This is why Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has to come, man. He has to come to get everyone in check. And to get everyone in check, some people just gonna have to go, man. Some people can't live no more in this world. They're gonna have to be brought back. So I hope that this video, transit video, was edifying to all the Akim, to all that listen to it. Peace, salutations to the elders, apostles, and bishops of the Great Millstone. Shalom.